welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing all right. Now, this is the another session that we have with the customizing the RE framework of UiPath. In our first session, we talked about how to customize the init settings, right? To capture all kinds of assets information, such as the Boolean, the text, the credentials where we actually mainly focused on. Now, in this session, I'm gonna talk about the init setting itself, but the concept that we're going to talk about is how we can perform a disaster recovery mode or enable disaster recovery mode. Now, what is this about? What is disaster recovery mode is all about is that, say, you build an automation. Now, your automations is running in your orchestrator, right? And since you have configuration information available in config and which has sheets like settings, constant, and assets. Now the assets is where you store basically it is the informations that are present in the orchestrator level, right? It can be an asset of credentials or text or integer or boolean, any of these. Now what happens, on a rarest scenario I'm talking about, it's not like it happens every time, but on a rarest scenario, your automation may fail because of some timeout issues whenever it performs getting information from orchestrator. Now, why this happens, it may be because the orchestrator may be slow or maybe down, it's happening it's facing some downtime or something like that. Now, although it's a rarest, but we have to make sure that a disaster recovery mode is enabled. That way, we don't know. Obviously, UiPath will try their best to make sure that the orchestrator doesn't go down for a longer period. And we all, if at all you're an enterprise license holder, obviously you will get a premium support from UiPath, right? But however, in case on a worst scenario or worst scenario, you may end up having that issue fixed. It may take some time, right? It may not be immediately gets resolved. I'm talking about a worst case scenario. Now, you may have an automation process that is running, and that may be a critical scenario, right? And you won't want to have that automations have to run on that particular time, or the business will face impacts. Obviously, I know in case the automation doesn't work, the go-to step is to go with the manual approach. Again, the business has to do all those things manually. But what if I say that we can at least try our best to even minimize these kind of issue that is happening, right? So to have that achieved, you don't have to do much at all. Just need to customize your configuration or um, init setting. I'll walk you through the customization that I have done for init. But before that, let's go with the normal init setting that we get whenever we go with the RE framework, right? Whenever you get a new RE framework, you will get an Excel file. You will also get these kind of framework. Now, this is the XAML file that I have, where you can see I'm not doing anything over here. Basically, in the sense, I'm not making any changes here. You could clearly see here is that what it is fetching the informations from configuration files of sheets named settings and constant, and also it's getting information from assets, and basically this is where it is making a call to orchestrator and fetching the information. Okay, so this is the normal code which we have. And here, as you could see, assets, I have created test as a name and asset name as sample as asset one. Point to be note over here is that the sample asset one is not here at all, in the sense not there in the orchestrator at all. So obviously this is going to throw an error, but I want to have that error. Deliberately I'm making the automation throw an error. Why? Because I'm not able to recreate the scenario of these rare scenarios, the downtimes and everything. Okay, this is my test, and this is the settings I have invoked in the test folder. Now let me just quickly run this automation. could see it has been thrown the error saying that loading asset sample one, it doesn't exist in the orchestrator. Again, which is correct because that's what we wanted. Now, let me comment this out and let me uncomment the one that I have customized. This is my customized init settings, which is this one. So let me go back to the folder and open the config file. I'll unhide the column here. Okay. Now I'll go back to orchestrator. Sorry, the init all setting. Everything remains the same. The only thing that I have made changes is that, I'll show you just a second. Right. Now, if you see here in our normal init all setting, there is no try catch that I have added for here. Although we have try catch over here, it's basically, it's sending the system exception as this error. But what I have done, I have added one more try catch in it here. It's like, if at all this gets errored out, now it's going to be here. And instead of me throwing an error, instead of it throws an error, what I'm doing is I'm actually getting a default value. The default value is nothing but this is the column D it refers to. Now see, the same value what you give in the orchestrator, the same value you have to give it over here. Okay. So basically, whenever in your orchestrator, if at all it fails, it's gonna capture these default value you have. So in a way, if it is unable to communicate with the orchestrator, you have a VR, which is basically it reads from the default column. So you have multiple rows, you can provide the information over here and it will read, and same manner how it was doing earlier, it does the same approach. So just to show you how the results looks like, let me do one thing, add activity and have a, let me right line it, config of, I'll take out this name. Okay, just a second. Let me, oh, yeah, right. So test and then dot toString, done. Now, if I save this and also here, just save this and close this, output that I'm looking for is hello world. Let's see if I get it. Even though, bear in mind that the asset is not there in the orchestrator, but I'm still trying to print the value which we have. Let's see. Now this time there's no error at all. Let's see what we get. As you could see, I got the answer. I hope this was an interesting session for you. For more such contents, please do subscribe to my channel, like and share. Your support means a lot. And until our next session, see you. Have a great weekend.